Asians, how y'all feeling right now? Come on, it's okay. It's okay. How y'all feel that y'all acceptance rate has dropped? Y'all had a white man trick y'all into filing a lawsuit to get affirmative action taken away from basically everywhere, that your school acceptance rate could go up because you felt like you were smarter than black folks. And that shit dropped. And not only did it drop, black folks stayed the same. Y'all let a white man trick y'all into some shit. Y'all let that imaginary tether to the proximity of whiteness fuck y'all up. Maybe they wanted to get y'all asses out the way. Y'all were fucking up their acceptance rate. It's funny because y'all got played. And we sitting right here still getting the same acceptance rate. And now y'all filing a lawsuit. Because y'all shit dropped. You can't make this shit up. I just want to know how y'all are doing. Are y'all okay? Who y'all finna sue next? The air? What, the United States Postal Service? Maybe your application didn't make it there. What is y'all excuse now?
Asian Americans want the help of black people to help them fight again, bring back the numbers which were reduced. You know, the question of affirmative action. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen a person blowing his hairs by himself. That's what Asian Americans have done. You know very well for years Asian Americans have been caught in the debate of affirmative action, and this is something which is mostly known. Some Asian groups have opposed it, viewing it as a barrier to the academic advancement. However, the rollback that has recently been done by the Supreme Court has resulted in a significant reduction to minority of representation overall, including Asian Americans in the elite schools, the 3 schools which were mentioned. This shared disadvantage has pushed some Asian Americans to reconsider their decision in alliancing with black Americans. Remember, they fought this when black people really wanted this. They pushed black people out of it. They wanted themselves to gain out of it. Today, they've blown themselves. Right now, they need black people's help. Just stay wherever you are. A black person, if you're watching, don't say anything. God is paying back for black people. And things are happening crazily. Like, right now, black people are complaining about life, that the US government's against them. Just the other day, Asian Americans are also complaining about the affirmative action, the reduction of admission of their students in schools. When black people fought for this, they won the sideways. After them fighting for this, they decided to become so cocky about this. Hey, I want us to watch this video. I'll be back with my commentary. These are presented unique stories. Let's dive right into the video.
For you.
We try to tell y'all. According to the New York Times, the Students for Fair Admissions, the group behind the lawsuit against Harvard that officially ended affirmative action across the U.S., has threatened to sue Princeton, Yale, and Duke for their alleged non-compliance with the Supreme Court's ruling. So I went to the New York Times article to see what the hell is going on, right? The group, Students for Fair Admissions, has focused on 3 universities, Princeton, Yale, and Duke, where there were notable declines in Asian American enrollment this year compared with the last year, which the group says defied expectations. Defied what expectations? On Tuesday, Students for Fair Admissions sent letters to schools questioning whether they were complying with the rules laid out by the Supreme Court. Princeton, Duke, and Yale also saw minor differences in Black and Hispanic enrollment in the first class of students admitted since the court struck down race-conscious admissions. So the same group who went out of their way to get rid of affirmative action across the United States because it's race-based is now trying to sue 3 schools saying that they're not allowing certain races into their school. That was the whole purpose of the affirmative action to make sure that the playing field was equal. But no, y'all went and listened to the white supremacist dude. He took y'all all the way to the Supreme Court. Y'all got rid of affirmative action because of your anti-blackness, and now you're realizing it's going to happen to you. See, a lot of people don't understand. When black people have an equal playing field, every other race, including white women, have an equal playing field. But you let that white supremacist man trick y'all motherfuckers, and now you're seeing the consequences of getting rid of affirmative action. It didn't just help black people. It helped all marginalized, but it especially helped white women. But now you're trying to sue off of discrimination? We tried to tell y'all. I'm gonna giggle my ass. Keep thinking that they care about y'all. They don't give a shit. They put y'all in this hierarchy and it went to your heads. And now you are seeing, you are reaping the consequences of your anti-blackness. Anti-blackness is bad for everyone, not just black people. Again, when the playing field is leveled, it is equal for black people, it is equal or even better for everyone else. It's just a fact. But I'm laughing my ass off. Good luck. We try to tell y'all. Princeton, Yale, and Duke, where there were notable declines in Asian American enrollment this year.
I want you to go back and watch my sister Mia's video. The whole thing. Watch it all the way through because she's absolutely 100% correct. Asian community. Yeah. You. People that look like me. Okay? We need to start listening to black women because they're right. We have to stop being used as pawns for white supremacy. Okay? Because look at this. Look at what happened. Came back and bit us in the ass, didn't it? Because we didn't fucking listen. Didn't listen. Some of us knew that it was a ploy, a trick. You know, they're going to use us and say, oh, we accept you. You're the chosen ones. Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. They don't give two shits about us either. So, you need to listen up. As minority groups, we need to stand strong together. We need to stop being tricked by white supremacy. Okay? Because there's a lot of us that knew exactly what would happen. Yeah. We knew that the outcome would be this. So, Asian community, wake the fuck up. Wake up.
So Yale, Princeton, and Duke have been threatened with a lawsuit over the decline in Asian American enrollment since the removal of affirmative action. If you're new here, this page is dedicated to the shared experiences of Black college students and grads from HBCUs to PWIs. The numbers that the team is pressed about. Duke went from having 35% of Asian American students enrolled to 29%. Yale went from having 30% of students enrolled to 24%. Princeton went from having 26% of Asian American students enrolled to 23.8%. What do you think the Black enrollment is at each of these schools? Black enrollment has remained just about the same. And so when we are talking about a decrease in Asian American student enrollment, how is it that Black student enrollment is taking away? Like, the math is not mathing. They don't have a problem with the fact that 40% of students are enrolled at colleges that accept legacy admissions. Legacy admissions based on the history of this country who are predominantly white. They don't have a problem with legacies benefiting from a system. So instead of looking at the legacy admissions at these universities, they're honing in on a small percentage of Black students who are enrolled at these universities and saying the Black students are taking our spots, as opposed to looking at where a majority of the admissions are coming from. I'll never forget, because I went to the University of Georgia, predominantly white institution. I remember being in a class and having the dreaded conversation about affirmative action with my peers and them saying, like, you know, hey, I don't think this is right because you're taking the spot of a friend who was more qualified than you to be at this institution. Okay, so you think I took your friend's spot, but we just got our test scores back yesterday. I got 100 on that test. What did y'all get? I saw some of the papers come back with 50s and 60s, etc., but I don't deserve to be here. Maybe you took your friend's spot. How about that? Because because you're flunking, you're frying bacon in the back of a classroom, you're getting the answers to tests from your fraternity or sorority, and I'm sitting here studying because I don't have access to that level of privilege. And what I want people to be honest with themselves about is not everyone is pulling themselves up from their bootstraps. Let's get rid of that American meritocracy theory of you work hard and you get X outcome. Because some of you are not working hard, but you think your outcomes are because you worked hard. And when people don't have those same outcomes, it's not because they're not working as hard as you. It's because they don't have that same level of privilege, proximity, or luck and chance. So all I want to say is, Black students at PWIs, you have earned your spot. You're going to graduate and you're going to do great things. Don't let people say that you don't deserve to be there. I'm Liz, the creator of POUP, a party game celebrating Black college students and grads. Stay tuned for more content celebrating Black collegiate life, and check out this question from POUP card game to try at your next game night.
As an Asian, I've always had complicated opinions about affirmative action because it always sometimes felt like we had to work harder than others to get into the right colleges. But also, as a child of immigrants, I really do believe that everyone should have a fair and equal chance to get into college. As a former high-achieving Asian, this actually isn't the win for Asians as some might think it is. While removing affirmative action might increase the percentage of Asians in elite colleges, it's not going to be the opening up the floodgates that some might imagine, because even amongst Asians, there is a huge range of outcomes between those who are very ahead in school and those who are not. I think this latest decision by the Supreme Court is a loss for everyone because it really destroys the ability for people to take into account your extenuating circumstances. Even if you all end up with, the same scores and the same results, some people had to work so much harder to get there because they didn't have the necessary support and resources to help them along the way.
Now, Asian Americans want the alliance with Black people. White people need the alliance with Black Americans. What does that tell you? That tells you that there is political mobilization and representation that Black people have that other groups don't have. There is always something with a Black voice. There is always something when Black people come together and share their sentiments. It pains me that people don't usually say this. It pains me that Black people are always the one to be used. When people have their own agenda or something that will benefit them, they'll always try to mobilize Black people. When their voices have been heard, they kick them out. They bring other people that they want to work with. You understand what I'm saying? So, now that this is happening, you know very well that there are some Asians who are saying that there is a rising of anti-Asian hate. Yes, and it's true. But you need to know what? You need to know that you need to stand together with Black people. And they told you this. It's not that they didn't tell you. They told you this. And you know very well that they told you this. So, what can you say about this? I just want to know people's opinion in regards to this, because damn, things are really happening so fast. Really, really so fast than I even expected. It is time that we Black people get to know that our voices have power, regardless of where you are. Whether you are in the United States, whether you are in Africa, your voices are always heard. And the enemies are always watching, and they know that that's the unity that we have. And when they know that that's the unity that we have, they always find a way of using it against you. Marginalized group, Asians, Mexicans, Black Americans, and some African immigrants in the United States. If this combination come together, they can be very powerful. Now, what does the enemy does? what the enemy do is they come, they lie to you about the other group, you start fighting against each other, just like what has happened to Asian Americans. They were lied to, and now this is happening to them. This is a lesson that we also need to learn as black people. Just tell me what to think about this video. This is your presenter, Agent Stories. I didn't have much to say because the video itself explains everything that needs to be said, that needs to be talked about. And I believe that it's important that we are getting to talk about this right now. Justice is being served. And guess who is karma? Karma is served. Thank you guys for watching this video. This is your presenter, Agent Stories. And until then, let's meet in my next video. Peace, love, and harmony. Salute.